So this is about setting the standard with Alex. We had a lot of classes together, and every single class, Alex and I sat in the back of the class, so setting the standards all the way in the back instead of being in the front. And every single class that we went to, we had a meal. We were the only ones who had meals in the class. We brought an entire pizza pie. We brought Chipotle, those dishes from Chipotle. We actually went to some chicken stand and we brought like fried chicken back to the class. So in fact, we set the standard that when we didn't bring a meal to class, even the professors asked, why aren't you guys eating? So here's to Alex for setting the standard for always eating in class. So that's one. Two, Alex is, he's okay in golf. Here's to Alex for setting the standard in losing golf balls. And today proved so that he lost a lot, and that's the reason why we were late, by the way, because we were out there looking for a lot of his balls. So here's to Alex for setting the standard and losing golf balls out there in the golf course. Now, my last pitch for Alex in setting the standard is my most recent venture with him in shooting clay pigeons. So to a point where I actually had to go out and go get me a shotgun here, and Kelly, of course, was not too happy about that, but I just blame Alex for setting the standard and getting a shotgun in the house. So my very first experience, you would hope that he would be kind and get everything prepared for me, because this is my first opportunity. So what he brings out to the actual range is an actual manual thrower. Okay, and let me tell you about Alex and his throwing skills. He sucks at it. Literally. Let me just give you a depiction of our very first, my very first shot with a clay pigeon. Alex is right here on my right.
It would be a non-shot.
Yeah, it would be a non-shot, because he'd be on my right, I'd be ready, and I'd say pull, and I'd expect the clay pigeon to come this way. Right? He throws, and he goes all the way to the right. I'm like, this is no way for me to actually learn how to prepare or to actually start to shoot clay pigeons. So here's to Alex for setting the standard on teaching you how to shoot clay pigeons. But in all seriousness, being in the military, you have to set some form of standards in order to go up through the ranks. And for the people who've been around here, who've been around the military, who've had family members in the military, know that you can't get to where Alex is right now without setting a standard. And here's to you, bro, for setting the standards. Congratulations on your promotion, and happy 40th birthday.
Cheers!
All right, just to follow that up, I do a little bit of sporting clays, and I got Alex into shooting sporting clays, and I'm going to take some derivative credit for making you stimulate the economy and buying that shotgun. The thrower that he's talking about is my thrower, and I'm pretty sure that when I took Alex out to shoot sporting clays, we were shooting difficult clays where they would go off different directions. So he was just giving you kind of a higher degree of difficulty. I'm sure he was throwing that correctly. Anyway, I've known Alex since he got married to Misty. I'm kind of his brother-in-law, for better or for worse. And he is pretty much the best brother-in-law. He's the only brother-in-law that I have. And he has set the standard for brothers-in-law since he's the only one I have. He's gone to South Carolina football games with me. We've introduced him to SEC football. I'm sure we've got some Alabama fans here.
Okay.
Move up sooner! What are y'all talking about?
But he's been there through all the holidays. holidays and weddings and births and milestones in our lives, and we've really enjoyed having him as part of our family. And I know that he's gone through all of his milestones and going through all the different locations that he's been. He's ended up here, and I know that he's set the standard for excellence through all the classes that he's done, probably with and without some of Rich's class. But just wanted to let everybody raise a glass to Alex for his 40th birthday and his wonderful promotion.
Cheers.
All right, I got one. All right. I don't know about clay pigeons or golf, but I know about real shooting.
That's right.
And I was there when Lieutenant Alejo, the highest score you can get. The highest score, you don't got to be tall to be an Apache pilot. The highest score you can achieve is 1,000 points, day and night. And when we were in Korea training to shoot and kill the North Koreans, Lieutenant Alejo got the highest score in his attack troop. So here's you. I'm not surprised.
But you can be tall, be a better So Alex and I met a long time ago. It's 96, right?
Yeah, I think we're pulling weeds.
Yeah, I think we were. We were filling sandbags.
Filling sandbags.
Filling sandbags, I think. Okay, so
That's what lieutenants do.
that's what they do. That's why I was an introduction in the Army. So it's hard to come up with just a couple things to talk about because Alex and I have had such interesting experiences. I tried to pick a few that talk about setting the standard. So in flight school, there's flight school itself is fairly intensive. The lead up to it, like my speech here, is fairly anticlimactic. In addition to pulling weeds, we met, and I had a house and I needed a roommate because I was a lieutenant, I wasn't making much money, and Alex needed a place to live. Said, hey, it's cool, we moved in, and he's from California. If you guys don't know, and so in my mind, I'm from Michigan. I'm north. In my mind, California's beaches and sand. So Alex comes back one day, and we had to do, I don't even know where it was. We had to go to work and then let us go. And he said, hey, let's play Frisbee. I'm like, oh, I'm assuming in my mind that Alex is some sort of champion of Frisbee. Makes complete sense. And in this truck, of course, he has a competition weight Frisbee. So I explained to him in our front yard, I don't remember this. We're playing, he's like, I really admit I couldn't throw it right now, I can't at all. But even then, I couldn't throw a Frisbee very well. So Alex is trying to school me and show me how it's done and how to use this fine disc to do great things. Like, here, just watch, let me show you. And just there, he's explaining it, doing a good job of coaching, and he lines up, and he cranks that Frisbee at me and goes right up on the roof. Boom! So apparently, we start early with setting the standards on. So part two, for those of you who know Alex, he enjoys food. We used to have this game in our house. I'm not a small guy, so I'm always watching when I eat, trying to pay attention. And Alex was always on the eat less than, or he figured he'd help me out. As long as I was on the eat less than Alex diet, I was okay. And so he'd make us food.
I'm not sure.
It didn't work for me either. But anyway, so I don't know if you guys are probably not familiar with this device. You probably heard of the George Foreman grill. So there was a predecessor to the George Foreman with this speed grill. And it's like the George Foreman, but it's flat. So it doesn't have that cool runoff of the juices. But anyway, so and my wife was there, she was visiting at the time, and Alex was trying to impress her a little bit to, make sure we had a good bond. Yeah, she that was before kids, so she was just there, But anyway, so he was making some chicken, but because up until then we basically were like batches. So our cupboards were basically, there was some beer, some liquor, salt, pepper, and what we bought that day. So Alex was trying to figure a way to kind of make this chicken have some flavor. So he's cooking this speed grill, and what's on the countertop? We, like 2 weeks prior, had just gone to New Orleans because it was close and we're crazy. And he brought back a big bottle of Tabasco hot sauce. And he says, hey, I'm assuming I wasn't there, I was actually sitting outside the room. He must have thought, hey, I can put a little spice in the chicken. So he opens the speed grill and he pours on the Tabasco. And Alex and I both like spicy food, so that's not out of character for us. But then he closed the speed grill. So the top grill plate being heated immediately atomized that Tabasco sauce into a gaseous form. So if you've ever been in a CS chamber, you know exactly what I'm about to describe to you in our kitchen. Alex goes running out of the kitchen, I look up and wonder what it is, and immediately find out my eyes start to pour water. Alice in the back room starts screaming, "Oh my goodness, what has just happened?" So it's Alex setting the standard for fine cuisine. I guess maybe all kinds of stories. Alex and I living together. I'll give you the ones that make him sound good, maybe. So, as you heard, Alex and I, we both went to flight school. We both went to Korea. In a strange twist of events, so in high school, look at me now, you won't believe it, but I used to swim competitively, and this was pretty svelte. So, in part of flight school, you have to take a swimming test to verify that, in case the aircraft were to go down in the water, you'd be okay. So, having swam for most of my life, I grew up near the Great Lakes. No problem. Take the swim test, I'm out of water. Big deal. My friend Alex, from California, I assumed would be some sort of swimming guy. I was sadly mistaken. And in the swim test, normally, I had been a lifeguard. It's a pretty cush job when you have adults come in to swim. I think this is probably the most nervous that lifeguard's ever been in his life. Alex is completing a swim test and doggy paddle works, Alex, just do it. Barely complete, but he passed. He set the standard, met the standard. You would think that this indicator would be somehow noted in the Army record.
I'm on my war base, so I ain't worried.
So both we see assignments to Korea, and one of the attack battalions has an overland mission. And one of the attack battalions, there were actually 3, but 2, we'll just go with that for now, had an overwater mission. So common sense would dictate I would go to the overwater unit, and Alex would go to the overland unit. Of course, in Army logic, that doesn't work out at all. So Alex goes to the overwater unit, I go to the overland. Luckily, Alex never had any experiences with swimming skills. Managed to make it out of the assignment just fine. Did well in getting all that good stuff. But it's just part of the fun, I guess, of this Army experience involved part-time. So, and I'm going to stop there because I have plenty of stories, but I'm going to talk about it. So, I'd like y'all to join me in raising a toast to Alex. This wonderful occasion of not only promotion, but also your birthday. Say congratulations, buddy. Well, cheers.
Cheers.